Boom, da-ba-doom, boom, da-ba-doom.
Hey guys, Chris Peach here, and welcome to Money Peach TV. Hey, do you remember growing up learning how to handle money? Yeah, neither do I. So that's why we're here today to make money fun again. We're going to talk about the principles in life that matter when it comes to managing your money the right way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Money Peach TV. Before we jump into this incredible episode of Money Peach TV, I want to take a second to talk to you guys about my #1 online program for showing you how to go from with money to being awesome with money, and that's Awesome Money Course. So head on over to awesomemoneycourse.com so you can see why people all over the world are taking advantage of this #1 online program for showing you how to be awesome with your money. All right, guys, we are back with another fabulous episode of Money Peach TV, and this is episode 4. And so we're going to talk about the use of a debit card. So Claire in Spokane, Washington, this is for you. You sent me an email a couple weeks back, and you were asking about debit cards versus credit cards, and are they safe? And tell me a little bit about this whole chip system. I'm confused. And you know what? It's okay if you're feeling confused, because remember, when were you ever taught any of this stuff? That's why we're here today talking about this. So let's talk about the whole difference between a debit card and a credit card. How does this work? So when you use a debit card and you use your PIN number, you punch in that 4-digit number, money is taken directly from your bank account and it's paid to the vendor. Okay, so money comes out from your bank and goes boom, straight over. It happens instantly and the money's out of your account. Okay, that's how a debit card works. It's a direct transfer. Now a credit card, what happens is if you have your debit card and you run it as credit, money actually goes through the Visa or MasterCard system. So let's say that I'm a retailer and you're buying from me. So you swipe your card with me, but you run it as credit. I don't get to take it directly from your bank. I'm going to go over here to Visa or MasterCard, and then they're going to grab it from your bank and then send it to me. So it's kind of this outside loop, if you will. Now, why is this important? Okay, here's why this is important, is because your debit card has the exact same protection as a credit card. And you're probably thinking like, what are you talking about? Well, here's the reason why. Your debit card here has a logo on it. So here's an example of my debit card right here. And the logo on the bottom on my debit card is a MasterCard. So whether it's MasterCard or whether it's Visa, this is telling me like, hey, you're protected. Here's why. If you go to their website and you look at their zero liability policy, they say that they have a zero liability policy, meaning you are 100% protected against fraudulent charges for your MasterCard or Visa debit and credit card. People don't know this. People don't realize this. They think you have to have a credit card or you're just not being safe. So here's what I tell people to do all the time. I tell them, do not use your PIN number. In fact, don't ever use your PIN number. You do not need it. You don't need to go to the ATM and $20 bill yourself to death, right? So don't use your PIN. I encourage people to not even have one, because if you don't have a PIN, then it's very simple. You don't have to get in trouble with this whole money coming out of your bank account right away thing. So people say, well, if my debit card is used fraudulently, then I'm reliable for the money. I'm held responsible for the money. Well, sort of. See, if they use your PIN number, so if somebody has your debit card and they have your PIN number, then you might as well just give them a key to the bank, because they have complete access to your account, all right? There's nothing you can do about that. However, if they have your card and they run it as credit, like I said earlier, Visa and MasterCard, I didn't make this up. They tell you that you are 100% protected by their logo. That logo, they have deep pockets. So let me give you an example. This happened to us. A couple years back, we learned this principle, so we started using our debit card and we run it as credit, which is kind of weird because I'm so anti you going into debt, using credit cards and paying monthly interest fees and all this kind of stuff. But every time I'm asking you to use your debit card, I'm telling you run it as credit, right? So when the teller asks you debit or credit, or not the teller, the retailer asks you debit or credit, go ahead and swipe it as credit. So I was looking at our bank statements and I saw a couple charges overseas for something that has nothing to do with me. I don't even want to tell you what it was because it was actually disgusting. So I remember looking at this going, this is definitely not us. No, we didn't buy any of this. So instead of calling my credit union here in Phoenix, what I did is I called MasterCard. I called MasterCard up and I said, I think there's been some charges on there. They reversed the charges instantly and did an investigation, okay? So I was protected. I was protected because I ran it as credit. That's what I want to encourage you to do, is run it as credit. So lately, things are starting to change a little bit. I don't know if you've been paying attention out there, but we have this little this chip right here, okay? This chip is changing the game a little bit, because guess what? Now if you have a card that has this chip, you have to use your PIN. It's the only way you can use it. However, it's kind of a catch-22 here. If someone has your card and they don't have your PIN, they can't use it at all. So right now, if someone has my debit card and they're not going to use the chip, but they have my debit card, but they don't have my PIN, they have to go run it as credit. If there's a fraudulent charge, the retailer is going to be on the hook, not you, because you have the protection from Visa and MasterCard. On the other side of the spectrum here, let's say they have your card, but they don't have your PIN number. Remember, that's a secret number. We don't want to tell anybody about it. If they don't have your PIN number, this card is absolutely useless to them. It cannot be used. So yes, a debit card is much, much safer than you think. All right, so that leads me into why I recommend using a debit card or cash versus using a credit card, okay? I recommend using a debit card because you're closer to feeling money. But let me tell you this is gonna shock you. So I just read a study, released a couple weeks ago by CNN Magazine, or CNN, I think it was Time Magazine. Yeah, Time Magazine released it, and they said that last year, in 2015, $32.5 billion was paid out in overdraft fees. $32.5 billion was paid out to the banks in the form of us being stupid and not being able to do fifth grade math. Okay, so people think, well, that's why I have a credit card, so I don't pay these overdraft fees. So my take on this is, why don't we just start becoming adults with money? Why do we need this protection of a credit card when I prove that you don't need it to buy stuff online, you don't need it to go anywhere? You can use a debit card for everything, to rent cars, to go out to eat, to go on vacation. We use it. We haven't had a credit card since 2011. We travel all over the globe and we buy stuff online, and we're still here breathing air, right? We're surviving. So with that said, I don't want you to use a credit card to protect you from being one of those people out there that spend $32.5 billion in the form of overdraft fees. And a second thing is, this is my own opinion, people are mad now at the banks. People are saying, oh, these banks are so evil, they're getting away with murder, they're charging way too much money for overdraft fees. No, I don't think they are, because we're still paying it. I think they should quadruple their overdraft fees, because like I say in every episode, pain is a great motivator. If an overdraft fee hurt, you wouldn't do it anymore. So like I said in episode 1, 2, and 3, this whole thing with money, it's fifth grade math. It's fifth grade math. It's 10% fifth grade math, and it's 90% behavior. So if you can start managing your behavior, if you can start handling money the right way, then life's not going to suck. Life's going to be awesome. And you are going to enjoy the benefits of managing your money versus being one of those people out there that live paycheck to paycheck and pay overdraft fees on a monthly basis. By the way, just a little side note, if you're interested, $32.5 billion is equivalent to $100 for every heartbeat in the United States. That is how much money our stupidity is costing us. All right, guys, that is this episode of Money Peach TV. In the next episode, we're going to break down something called sinking funds. It has nothing to do with boats or anything like that. It has everything to do with you having money when you need it. It's the #1 way to save with money. So to get the show notes for this, I want you to go to moneypeach.com/session4, and we will break down everything we talked about in this episode. I'll have some links in there for you guys to go take a look at, and we'll see you guys in the next episode, Money Peach TV, episode number 5, where we talk about saving money the right way. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Money Peach TV. But before you leave, I want you to leave with a free gift. Go to moneypeach.com and please download my free budgeting form. 12,000 people as of today all over the world are using this thing every single month. I want you to be one of them as well. The #1 habit of highly successful people is being proactive. Be proactive by getting on a budget. Moneypeach.com, download the budget there. And also don't forget to check out awesomemoneycourse.com, the #1 online program for taking you from with your money to showing you how to truly manage your money the right way. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Boom, da-ba-doom, boom, da-ba-doom.